It's the third time trying to do this video. I keep having storage issues. It's getting very frustrating, but we're gonna hop right into it. Today I want to talk about another grip of horror movies to watch during October, okay? To start off, I want to briefly talk about the titles that I brushed over in the previous part of this video. Um, or the previous video like this. Anyway, we're going to start with the basics, okay? And also, I killed the spider in the last video. It was just, it was, oh gosh. It was just going where it doesn't belong. Oh my god, Coda. What are you doing? Okay. Alright. Sorry for the interruption. I'm sure people might like that, though. Okay. We gotta get into it now, okay? If you hear like weird guttural noises, it's just the dog. He is like in his hundreds. He's very old. He's losing his eyesight. That's kind of one of the main things he has right now: eyesight and smell. He's definitely deaf. Oh my god, Coda. He wouldn't know. He wouldn't know I'm talking about him. But he's happy. So whatever. Anyway, I guess I'm going to try and do this video with him right here because he wanted to come over. All right, getting into the basics, okay? The top three horror franchises, okay? Nightmare on Elm Street, Friday the 13th, and then Halloween, okay? Nightmare on Elm Street is fine. I love those movies, okay? But if you're going to watch them, I highly recommend going for Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge, okay? That one is awesome because he looks the creepiest in that movie, in my opinion. There's also some great scenes where you get to see Freddy Krueger, unlike any of the other movies, okay? Also, the bus scene with the cliffs and all that, oh my gosh. Coda, no. That movie is just so good. It's such a good horror movie, especially in the Nightmare on Elm Street series. And I like to see Freddy Krueger the way he's portrayed in that movie. So, that's my feeling about Nightmare on Elm Street. I think the series is great, but that's the Nightmare on Elm Street series doesn't compare to Halloween and Friday the 13th, okay? The Friday the 13th movies are much more rewatchable and exciting in ways. I think they deliver more, and Halloween is a lot more impressive, I guess you could say. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street is great, but I'm going to get into why Halloween and Friday the 13th are better, and I'm going to quickly tell you my favorite titles to watch out of both franchises, okay? So, with Halloween, my favorites are 4 and 5, okay? Those are just Michael Myers at his best, in my opinion. Then I like the 2018 version. All the others are great. I especially like Halloween 2 and the first one, so I can't really. It's hard to pick favorites, but 4 and 5 are my childhood favorites, and what can you do? What can you do? That's a lifelong thing. It doesn't change. So I love those movies. With Friday the 13th, I have a few more favorites though. Okay, the whole series is great except for number 5. Great to watch during October. My favorites are number 4, number 6, and number 7, okay? Number 4, the unmasking scene is so good, so good, better than the previous movies. I think 2 is really disappointing, but 3 is pretty good. I really like 3 and 4, okay? And that's your introduction to meeting Tommy Jarvis, okay? Played by Corey Feldman. Um, so that was great. And then number 6 is amazing because of that awesome reanimation scene with Jason, okay? Tommy Jarvis and his friend go to the graveyard to, I guess, make sure that Jason's dead or whatever. It's kind of silly, but they accidentally, like, um, Tommy Jarvis stabs him with some metal piece of the gate from the cemetery, I think, and lightning comes and it strikes the pole and it wakes him up. That scene was kind of cheesy but awesome because you know what's going to happen, but you're still super excited. Okay, it's a very intense and an awesome scene. totally loved that. Jason comes out and he punches through the friend's chest and rips his heart out. That was so cool. Also, he looked so great in the grave and everything, and the lightning coming down was cool. I just absolutely love that. Also, I think a chick gets like ripped in half in part 6, which was awesome. I love the kills in the Friday the 13th movies. That's one of my favorite parts about that. Also with Halloween, though that's I think one of the reasons why they do much better in my opinion. Anyway, moving on, I just loved everything about the way Jason looks in number 6 and the kills. Also, he kills a whole cabin full of like little kids. Um, in number 6, and that was awesome. It just shows how indiscriminate he is as a killer. Just a very impressive movie in my opinion, and he looks the way he's supposed to. Now number 7 is even better because he looks better in that one. Okay, they really nailed the look and costume design of Jason in number 6 and 7. Number 7, he's much more brooding and hulking looking. He's massive. He's all decomposed. His spine is showing somewhat, and I think even the ribs. The mask is very worn down, and then the unmasking scene is the best, the absolute best in number 7. Okay, there's that chick with the telekinetic powers or whatever. She does the thing to him where it tightens the mask, the sides start oozing, and then it cracks open, and you see that gnarly looking face. That was so good. Then he falls through the stairs and she's like throwing all the dishes and the nails at him. That was so cool. That was awesome. Absolutely love the way Jason looked in that one. Now all the others are great as well, except for number 5 in my opinion. But those were my favorites. So now I think we're done with that part. We're gonna hop right in to my list of additional titles for you to go and watch during October, okay? So first we're gonna come right off the rails with Lake Mungo, okay? Lake Mungo is a mockumentary horror movie, sort of like it's about a missing girl. I think it's about a missing girl, or a girl who died, a girl who disappeared, and there's a real strange situation behind that whole event, I guess you could say. Very ominous and creepy, compelling story. I love Lake Mungo. It's one of the 8 films to die for. Definitely go check that one out. It's very unique, and it's also a rainy day movie with a very rewatchable quality to it. Anyway, next we're gonna do The Shining. Okay, everyone knows Stanley Kubrick's The Shining is great for October. I don't think it's that rewatchable, so it's perfect for October. But that's a classic. Then we've got Adam's Family 1 and 2. Number 3 can go right in the garbage. But those movies, it's more lighthearted, and I guess you could say good for the family or whatever. But I have always loved the Addams Family. I was just watching the first one the other day. Perfect 2 movies. Then we've got The Witches, which is also kind of a family movie, I guess you can say. But The Witches is really creepy, really, really creepy. The Witches look terrifying, and also there's that whole story with the person in the painting. Now, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Very, very spooky movie. It always kind of creeped me out when I was a kid, and it still holds up. I'm also kind of excited about the remake. I want to see what that's like. Next, we've got Night of the Living Dead, the original and the 1990s remake. I think directed by Tom Savini, I want to say. That movie is so impressive. That was always my favorite Night of the Living Dead movie. You got to have, your fair share of zombies during October, and that's the one to go with. Another one that's a zombie movie I wanted to mention that's kind of overlooked is Survival of the Dead, okay? A lot of people prefer Land of the Dead over that one, especially with the George Romero movies. But Survival of the Dead, I've just always really enjoyed. And my memories of watching it on AMC, every year, the channel AMC would do, I don't know if it was called Fright Fest or it was something like that, but a marathon of horror movies. I would always watch Survival of the Dead. I love that one. And not many do. That's just a personal favorite. Next we've got Silent Hill. Okay, the first one is A1. Definitely check that out. I don't really have to explain that. House 1 and 2, but definitely go with House 1 if you want a scarier movie. All right, there's definitely dark comedy in House 1, but House 2 is a little bit more lighthearted and kind of silly. House 1 is very dark, very cool story, very well done, good 80s horror effects. Definitely check that one out. Then we've got Pulse, okay, which is the American remake from I think 2005 or 6. That movie's awesome. That always creeped me out. That movie's kind of like internet ghosts almost. Love that one. Then we've got Ravenous with um, Guy Pearce. Love that movie. That's an awesome cannibal movie. And the whole tone in that movie is great, especially for October. Then we've got The Devil's Candy. That's a very impressive, I think, independent. It's an IFC horror movie, I believe, with a great plot, great acting by the lead. I'm forgetting his name right now. That movie's amazing. It might still be on Netflix, so check that out. Now I don't want the video to cut out, so I'm gonna wrap this up. Next, we've got The Gate from the 80s with I think Steven Dorff when he was very young. Super good movie. That one's a perfect 80s movie to watch for Halloween or October. Love that one. Loved it growing up. Used to have it on DVD. I need to get it again. Then I think we are going to end off with two more titles for you to go and check out, and that is Scarecrows from the 80s. Just Scarecrows. Go look that one up. That one is awesome. That's the best scarecrow horror movie ever made. That's the one you want to go see. It's got a really cool nighttime vibe. The cornfield is perfect. And the scarecrows actually talk, which was kind of weird, but it's well done in that movie. It's also very gruesome and it's eerie and creepy. I also love the getaway scene at the end. Then we're going to end this video with The House by the Cemetery, which I think is a Lucio Fulci horror movie. I could be wrong about the director, but that movie is very impressive in terms of 80s special effects. I believe it was 80s. It could have been 1976 or later. Pretty sure it was 80s. That one's really good. I love Italian horror movies. That one I would say is the best, right next to Zombie. Anyway, that was my list of an additional grip of horror movies to watch during October, and I hope you enjoyed. Also, I think it was important to mention the basics in the beginning. If you want to watch the generic horror movies that everyone knows and loves, watch the ones I mentioned, because those ones are the most impressive. That's just my opinion, but anyway, I hope you liked the video, and I hope that you found some new movies to watch. Anyway, that's all, and we're running out of time. This year October is just flying by, and I hope you liked the bit with my dog in it. That was totally unexpected. I hope that didn't ruin the video for you. Anyway, that's all.